Hello everyone. In this section, I'm covering the solutions of chapter 8, right? Let's begin. Okay, so this was the first question as I've covered in the theory video also. Um, Area under the curve means nothing but integrating a function from limit a to b, right? But with a positive value. So to find the area enclosed by the graph. Now, what is the area enclosed by the graph is what I need to check, right? So how does the graph of x square plus 1 looks like? So it's a quadratic graph. Uh, if I put x as 0, y will be 1. So the minimum value is 1. And it's a cup-shaped parabola, upward parabola. So it will be like this. So at 0, the value is 1. Now I have two lines given. X is minus 1 will be somewhere here, and x is 3 is somewhere here. Right. So what is the area enclosed by x-axis and this is the x-axis. So if you look at the area, this is the area. So it is nothing but I'm integrating the function from minus 1 to 3. So minus 1 to 3 to integrate the function x square plus 1 dx. Now integrating it, I'll get x to the power 3 by 3 plus x. Lower limit is minus 1. Upper limit is 3. So as I've covered in the definite integration, I'll just first put the upper limit, which will give me 27 by 3 plus 3, and I'll subtract from it minus 1 by 3 minus 1. So this gives me 12 and plus 4 by 3. This is 40 by 3 square. This is the right answer. This is very simple. This type of questions have come in TMUA, right? Which you can do it very easily. So answer is F. That is 40. Now let's move on to the next. Now here also it's a parabola, and the roots of these are 2 and minus 2, but it will be a downward parabola. So it will be like this. So this is 1 is minus 2, this is 2, and x equal to minus 1 is this, x equal to 2 will be somewhere here, and the x-axis. So right, so this is the find the area enclosed between parabola and the lines and also the x-axis. So it has to be x-axis also. So this is area bounded. So I'm going to just integrate 4 minus x square dx from minus 1 to. So first I'll integrate. So I'll get 4x minus x cube by 3 and minus 1 to 2. So first I'll put the upper limit, which will be 8 minus 8 by 3. Then from this I'll subtract minus 4 minus plus 1 by 3. So this gives me 24 minus 8, 16 by 3 minus, and it will become plus 11 by 3, which is 27 by 3, and 27 by 3 is nothing but it is equal to 9. So 9 is the correct 9 square units. So this is how we can do these problems quite easily. Now let's move on to the next one, again based on property which I discussed, properties of definite integration. So it says that the polynomial function gx is such that gx is greater than 0 for all values of x. Given that one integration from 1 to 3 gx dx is b, which one of the following statement must be correct? Now, as you can see, we have g of x minus 1. So I'm replacing x with x minus 1. So x, right, and x minus 1. If I put x as say t minus 1, so dx by dt, if I differentiate, will be 1, right? So dx is same as dt. But my lower limit was 1. So if I put it here, so lower limit was 1. So t minus 1 is 1. So t becomes 2. and my upper limit was 3. So if I put x as 3 as t minus 1, so t becomes 4. So if you look at this, so on substituting, my function changes from 2 to 4, g of t minus 1 and dx become dt. Substitution. Now, I told you changing the variable doesn't help, malab, doesn't make any difference. So I can write this as also as in terms of x, g of x minus 1 dx. So first property I discussed, indefinite integration. So it doesn't make any difference. Now they're saying if I integrate this plus 2, so the integration of this will be this only, but the integration of 2 will become 2x, right? The integration of 2 becomes 2x, right? So what is the value of 1, 2, 3 gx dx? It is b, right? And on integrating, I will put the limit as 2 to 4. So I will be getting b plus 2 4s are 8 and 8 minus 2. This is 8, 2 4s are 8 minus 2, 2s are 4. So it gives me b plus 4. So the correct answer is b because the value of this is b and that of this is 4. So answer becomes 2 to 4, 2 to 4, b plus 4. So D is the correct answer. These type of questions are there in TMUA. So you should know the process. Just try to understand what I did. I just look at that, look at the option. I found out that I'm replacing x by x minus 1. So first I did it t minus 1 just to explain, and then I can simply substitute dx. I differentiated, dx by dt becomes 1, and so dx is equal to dt. So then I can replace dx by dt also, and change of variable doesn't make any difference. So I can again replace t by x and I can solve it further. Right. Let's move on to the next, a similar one. So it again says 0 to 3, right? And dx is m. And I have to integrate. Okay. In which of the following statement must be correct is what they are asking. So if I look at the options, so I am replacing either x by x minus 2 or x minus 1. So first, so since there is x minus 2 in a lot of options, so first I'll replace x by t minus 2. So dx by dt becomes 1. So dx is dt, right? Now, if I put the lower limit as 0, so 0 equal to t minus 2, so t will be 2. This is the lower limit for this substitution. And if I put x as 3, so upper limit for this substitution becomes 5. So 2 to 5, and we have 2 to 5 in our, so 2 to 5 g of t minus 2. Then I can again replace it with x because change of variable doesn't make any difference, and it plus 5x. This is the integration from 2 to 5. So this will finally give me, this value is m plus 25 minus 10, which is 15. So answer is let me check whether this is there in the option or not. So 2 to 5 g of x minus 2 plus 5 dx is m plus 15. Yes. So F is the right answer. So this is the process that we follow to solve these type of questions. Let's move on to the next. Right. It is given that this is the curve. Consider y equal to gx, y equal to g of x minus 2, and the curve y equal to g of x minus 2 reflected in the line y equal to 3. Now this is trapezium rule, that trapezoidal sum, which I told you, trapezoidal integration. Using that, so I told you when the curve is concaving up, right? So if I make a trapezium, it overestimates the area. And when the curve is concaving down, if I join and make a trapezium, so it underestimates the area. This is what I've covered in the theory video. So looking at this, so my curve, this is concaving up, gx. It's a cup-shaped curve, whatever it may be. It is concaving up. So if it is concaving up, and if I find the area using from say 1 to 3, right? 1 to 3. So again, it is concaving up throughout. So since it's concaving up throughout, so whatever limit I take, so the area will be overestimating the area. So overestimation for this. Now g of x minus 2 is nothing but the same curve moved 2 units to the right. It's just a translation. So again, the graph remains the same. So it will also be overestimating. But if I suppose I have this line y equal to 3, right, I'll make it here. I have this curve, cup-shaped curve, and I have a line y equal to 3. And if I reflect it here, so it will be like this. Now it is concaving down, and the moment it is concaving down, it will underestimate the area. So answer should be overestimate, overestimate, underestimate. So this is the correct answer. So this is something which you have to understand, that answer is G. Both cup shape will be concaving up, graphs will be overestimate, trapezium will be overestimating the area, and for concaving down, it will be underestimating. Right. Let's move on to the next. Again, if I look at the sin x graph and they are saying from 0 to pi by 2, so 0 to pi by 2, the graph is concaving down, right? So for sin x from 0 to pi by 2, it will be underestimating the area because it is concaving down. So you should know the graphs for these. That's it. So it will be underestimating the area, right, from 0 to pi by 2. Again, x minus pi by 4 is nothing but the graph shifted to the right. So again, concaving down. So it will again be underestimating. But if I reflected it in the line y equal to 1, y equal to 1 is this line. If I reflect it, it will be concaving up. So in that case, it will be overestimating the area. So answer is underestimate, underestimate, overestimate. So this is. So B is the correct answer. That's understanding of the graph, translations, and knowing that if the curve is concaving up, it will be overestimating, and concaving down, it will be underestimating. If you know these three things, doing this problem is very, very easy, right? Let's move on to the next. Now let's move on to this question. This is a normal integration using property. As I use indefinite integration, or in normal integration, I told you if we have summation or difference of two integrands, so we can separate them. So I will apply the properties. So it will give me, it will give me 1 by 4, 1 to 4, limit 1 to 4, 2 upon x root x minus limit from 1 to 4, 3x upon x root x. Right. So this is what I have got. Now this x1, x get cancelled. Now I can integrate them separately. Once I integrate them, then I have to just put the limit. So it's a property that I have applied. So so it will give me integration of 2 can come outside. Again, there is a property, constants can come outside. So 1 to 4, this gives me x to the power minus 3 by 2 dx, and minus 1 to 4, 3 outside, it will give me x to the power minus half dx. So this is what I have got finally. Now after integrating, this gives me 2 limit, this will give me x to the power minus half upon minus half minus 3 into limits 1 to 4, x to the power minus half plus 1 is half upon. So this is what I'll get finally. Now I'll just solve it a bit. So it gives me minus 2 upon root x from 1 to 4. and this will give me minus 6 or minus 2. I can still keep it outside. Minus 6 and minus 3 upon half is minus 6, and this will give me x to the power or root of x. 1. If I put the values, I'm gonna get minus 2, 1 by root of 4 is 2, so 1 by 2 minus 1 minus 6 into 2 minus 1. This will finally give me, so this is minus 4. I'm so sorry. Minus 4. Now minus 4 into minus half is 2, and this will give me minus 6 into 1 is minus 6. 2 minus 6. So answer is minus 4. So minus 4 is the correct answer. It's not there in the option, so let's add one more. So minus 4 is the correct answer. The correct answer is minus 4. Let's move on to the next. Again a similar one. So first I'll separate 1 to 9, 5 upon 2 root x, and plus 1 to 9, x upon 2 root x. So what I can say is 5 by 2 goes outside, constant, and this is x to the power minus half. So the integration of this will be x to the power half upon half, limits from 1 to 9, and this again is root x only. So this becomes x to the power 3 by 2, half will go outside, limits from 1 to 9. So this is what I will get finally. I'll just put the limit. So 5 by 2 upon half will be 5 only, and root of 9 will be 3 minus 1, and this is plus half outside. So x to the power 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2. So 3 by 2 half into become 2 by 3, and this becomes x to the power 3 by 2 is, if I put 9, so 9 is 3 square, so it will be 3 cube 27, and minus 1. So this is what I will get finally. 27, yes, minus 1, right? Okay, and half and upon 3 by 2 will become 2 by 3, yes, 1 by 3. So finally I'll get 10 plus 26 by 3 is there. So this gives me 30 plus 56 by 3. 56 by 3 is the correct answer. Unfortunately, this is not also not there, right? 56 by 3 is the correct answer, right? Okay, let's move on to the next. Right. Now, in this question, a little different. This is a curve has the equation y equal to kx, where k of x is x square into x minus u into x minus v with 0 less than u less than v. You are given that 0 to u kx dx is minus 4, and u to v kx dx is minus 6. What is the total area enclosed by the curve and the x-axis for this? Area cannot be negative, so I need to understand whether these the limits that I have to find, or the curve that is there, how does it look like? So just to I, I've covered this in quadratic video in inequalities. If I need to check how the graph of this looks like, so I know this graph will be a polynomial, and polynomial have wavy curves. So the roots are the largest is v, then we have u, and then u. These are the roots. Now, since the coefficient of the highest term of x is positive, the curve will start from here. I just need to check where is it positive and where is it negative. So if I put it greater than 0, so I know x square is always positive. So the implication of this is, for this to be greater than 0, x minus u into x minus v should be greater than 0. And how do we do this to put it on a number line? This is U, this is V, positive, negative, positive. See, V is greater. V is here and U is here, and somewhere 0 is there. But so just between U and V, the expression is negative, else it is positive. Else it is positive. So the graph looks like this, then it goes up, and then rather than going down, it will go up only. Because to the left of you, the expression is always positive. So this is how it looks like. So now it says that from U to V, 0 to U, we have the value, integration value is 0 to U of kx dx is minus 4, and that of U is minus 6. But I have to take both the positive values. So the area will become from U to V. So what is the total area by the from 0 to V? So 0 to V is this and this, but both I need to take as positive. So if I have to take both as positive, so the answer will be 4 plus 6, and that is 10. So answer is 10 square units. So this is something which you have to understand. Right. Let's move on to the next. Right. Here it says again similar. So the roots are, first let's understand the roots. The greatest is R, then we have T, then we have S, then we have 0. These are the four roots of this expression. Now, in order to find again wherever it is positive, so since there's a square on this, so what need to be positive? X into x minus s into x minus t should be positive. And if I put it on a number line with t, r is here, t is here, s is here, and 0 is here, so it is. So if I just use, let's forget r. Now, first of all, let's solve this. So it is positive, negative, positive, negative, right? So the curve looks like R is here, T is here, S is here, 0 is here. So R, from R to the on the right of T, it's positive. So it will be like this. Then it will be S, between S and T it is negative. Then 0 to S again positive. It's like this. So the curve looks like this. So this is how we have to understand this. Now it says that you are given that 0 to t wx dx is minus 5. 0 to t it is minus 5. Okay, so 0 to t it is minus 5. So what I have to understand is that 0 to t I basically means 0 to s, right? 0 to x wx dx, applying the property since s is there in the middle. So 0 to s wx dx, and then from s to t, this is the property I told you. If there is a point in a continuous curve is there and there is a point between two, the upper limit and the lower limit, so I can separate. I can take two different integrals. So s to t we have wx dx. Now what else is given to x? Right, right. They're saying s to r wx dx is 8. S to R. Again, S to R means now 0 to R is 12. 0 to R, okay. 0 to T is minus 5, okay. This is minus 5. So suppose I say this is A, right? The area of from 0 to S, it is positive, but from S to T it is negative. So my equation becomes A minus B is minus 5. This is one equation that I have got. Why I'm taking minus b? Because this is negative, so that's why I've taken minus b. So a minus b is minus 5, right? So this is what I've got. A minus b is minus 5. Then next equation is r to s. right? Next equation is R2S, or next expression, Wx dx is 8. Now since this is given as 8, now R2S or S2R is given, S2R, sorry, my bad, S2R. S2R Wx dx is at 8. Now S2R again I can break as S2T Wx dx, S2T Wx dx plus T2R Wx dx. Now it is given as how much? It is given as 8. Now S2T is a negative value which I have taken as B. So minus B plus T2R. T2R is positive, let's say C. So minus B plus C is given to us as 8. So this is another equation that I've got. Then there is one last one which is 0 to R, 0 to R Wx Tx is given as 12. So 0 to R we have how many intervals? We have 0 to R 3 intervals, 0 to S, S to T, T to R. So 0 to S Wx dx plus S to T Wx dx plus T to R Wx dx. Now 0 to S I have taken as A. This is A minus B plus C is 12. So I have got three equations. Now I will be solving them simultaneously. This is what I need to do, right? So this is something which I need to understand. So I have one equation which is A minus B is minus 5. Then I have second equation which says that minus B plus C is 8. And then we have third equation, A minus B plus C is 12, right? So now to do this, what I will do is I have to separately find the value of A and, okay. So, right. So what is the value of A from here? A is minus 5 plus B. And what is the value of C from here? It is 8 plus B. Let's substitute it here. Minus 5 plus B plus 8 plus B is equal to 12. So one B gets cancelled. So B will be how much? B is coming out to be 9. B is 9. Now once I got B, so A will be minus 5 plus 9, which is 4, and C will be 8 plus 9, 17. Right? Now when I have to find the entire area from where? Area enclosed. Now area enclosed cannot be negative. So that's why area enclosed cannot be negative. So that's why I have to add all of them. So it will be 4 plus 17 plus 9, which will give me 30. So 30 is the correct answer. Right. Right. Okay. Let me confirm. Minus B, A minus B is minus 5. Right. B minus B minus B plus C is 8, yes, and A minus B plus C is 12. So A is minus 5 plus B, C is 8 plus B, and A minus B plus C is 12. Okay, so if I substitute minus 5 plus B, then it's minus 5 plus B minus B, and C is 8 plus B. So if that cancels, So it gives me 3 to 9. So B is 9. If I put it here, I got A as 4. If I put it here, B as 9, 17. The total area has to be 30. Again, sorry, not in the option, so answer has to be 30. So 30 is the correct answer. Let's put it 30. Correct answer is 30. So this is something which you have to understand, right? Let's move on to the next. Okay, again based on trapezium rule question. A function g is such that gx lies between 0 and 1 and x lies between 0 and 2. The trapezium rule, the trapezium rule, which with n equal interval used to estimate 0 to 2 gx dx and produces an overestimate. When will it produce an overestimate? It will produce an overestimate when it is it is concaving up. It's a concaving up graph. So if it's a concaving up graph gx, so gx plus 2 is nothing but it will be translating up, right? It will be using the same number of interval for which of the following does. So it's nothing but the graph has been moved up by 2 units. So it's a translation. So again, it's a cup shape. So it will again be overestimating. 3gx, 3gx, the graph will become, it will dilate, right? So it will dilate, but shape will be same. It will be like this, but the shape is same. It is concaving up. So again, it will be overestimating, right? Then g of x plus 2, it's just a translation in x. It will move to the right, to the left, but the shape remains the same. And since g of 2x again, g of 2x again will be a dimension. It will not be changing the shape. Shape will again be cup shape. So you can say that it will be concaving up. But the moment I say minus gx, so if gx is this, minus gx will be this, and 2 minus gx. So if I add to it 2, again it will go up. So it has become concave, it is concaving down. So the obvious answer is E, right? Because they're asking which will underestimate. So it has to concave down. So the only curve which is E will be concaving down, since the GX curve is concaving up, and all these are just translations and dilations. So the shape won't change. Shape will only change here, because from GX it is becoming minus GX, which means it is reflecting, getting reflected in the x-axis. And the moment it gets reflected, so from cup it will become cap, or for concaving up it will concave down. And the moment it happens, so it will now underestimate, right? Let's move on to the next. Right. So find the area of the region bounded by the curves. Right. So we have to draw the curve for these. So I have two curves, y equal to 2 root x and x equal to 2 root y. So if I draw these graphs with respect to x, so root x graph is like this. This is a graph, and x equal to 2 root y means y is equal to x square by 4, which is again a parabola. So it's like this. This is how these two curves are. The moment I got these two curves, so I know the area bounded is this. So what I just need to find is the point of intersection, and the above curve is this and the lower curve is this. So I'll just keep both in terms of y against x. That's the first thing that I need to do. Although I can do differently also, but this is the best I can explain you right now. So this is one should follow, right? So I have two curves now, y equal to 2 root x and y equal to x square by 4. Now what I need to do is I just have to find the point of intersection. So x square by 4 equal to 2 root x, right? So this will give me x to the power 4 by 16 is equal to 4x. So x to the power 4 by 16 minus 4x is equal to 0. So this will give me x to the power 4 minus 64x equal to 0. So x common, x cube minus 64. So x will either be 0 or x will be 8. So this is, sorry, cube of 4 is 64, right? 4 4s are 16 4s are, yeah. So 0 to 4. So now I'll be integrating the curve from 0 to 4, which is the above curve. Above curve is obviously 2 root x, and below it is, although you can take mod also, no problem, minus 2 root x and x square by 4 dx. So this is how we will solve this problem. Now let's integrate. So I'll be getting 2 x to the power 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2, right? And minus x to the power 3 upon 12. So this is what I've got from 0 to 4. I have to just put the upper limit. Since lower limit is 0, on putting 0 it will become 0 only. So if I put 4 here, so on putting 4, this becomes 4 by 3. So 4 by 3 into 8 minus 4 cube by 12. So this gives me 32 by 3 minus 64 by 12. 64 by 12 if I reduce will be uh, 116 by 3. 32 by 3 minus 16 by 3 gives me 16 by 3. The correct answer is 16 by 3. 16 by 3 is the correct answer. Yes. Right? So this is how we do this. Now, this is a little different. Again, TMUA type question, right? It gives me minus 4 to 4 mod of x plus 1. Now, mod value has to be positive and the limit is from negative to positive. So what what I know is mod of x plus 1 is x plus 1 when x plus 1 is greater than equal to 0, and it will be minus of x plus 1 when x plus 1 is less than 0. So when x is greater than equal to minus 1, there is one case, and when x is less than minus 1, there is another case. So minus 4 to minus 1, the function that I'll take is minus x plus 1 dx, and from minus 1 to 4, I'll be taking this function x plus 1. That's the only difference, right? Else, not much to be considered. So minus goes outside, or so it gives me x square by 2 plus x, limits from minus 4 to minus 1, plus x square by 2 plus x, limits from minus 1 to 4. So first I'll put the upper limit, it is minus 1. Minus 1 square is 1. 1 by 2 minus 1. Minus is outside. And then I'll put minus 4. 16. 16 by 2 minus 4. This is what I've got finally. Plus, again, I'll put 16 by 2 plus 4 minus 1 by 2 minus 1. This is what I've got eventually. Now, I have to just solve this. This is minus half. 8 minus 4 is 4 minus 4 plus, this gives me 8 plus 4, 12 minus, minus of minus half becomes plus half. So this is 9 by 2 plus 25 by 2, which finally gives me 34 by 2, which is 17. So answer is 17 square units. 17 is the correct answer. Right? So this is important. This part is very important. You have to split it into two integrands, since it's minus 4 to 4 and the mod is always positive. So you have to see wherever it is negative, you have to put a minus sign. Yes. Yeah. Similar question. It's from minus 1 to 1 again. Mod of 2x will be 2x if x is greater than or equal to 0, and mod of 2x will be minus 2x if x is less than 0. This is something which I know. So minus 1 to 0, my function will be minus 2x dx, and from 0 to 1, my function will be 2x dx. Right? No, it's sorry, it's 1 plus x also associated with it. Just a minute. So it gives me 1 plus x dx, and this will give me 1 plus x dx. So finally, I've got with a minus sign, if I the integration of 2x will be 2x square by 2, or you can take 2 outside, x square by 2 plus x cube by 3 from minus 1 to 0 plus 2 outside, x square by 2 plus x cube by 3 from 0 to 1. Now let's put the upper limit is 0 only. So minus 2, 0 minus, if I put minus, it will be half minus 1 by 3. Plus 2 into upper limit is half plus 1 by 3. 0 will be 0 only. So it gives me minus becomes plus 2. Half minus 1 by 3 is 1 by 6 plus 2 into 5 by 6.